As I said, he is assuming that black people will not go pursue the full 2-hour clip, and he purposefully he cut off, and you didn't hear the question that was asked of me. He's trying to present as if I was launching a defense of Hitler in Germany, when in fact, the question that was asked of me was pertaining to whether or not I believed that whether or not I believed in nationalism, and that nationalism was bad. And what I responded to was that I do not believe that we should be characterizing Hitler as a nationalist. He was a homicidal, psychopathic maniac that killed his own people. A nationalist would not kill their own people. That is exactly what I was referring to in the clip, and he purposely wanted to give you a cut-up similar to what they do to Donald Trump to create a different narrative. That was unbelievably dishonest, and he did not allow me to respond to it, which is worrisome and should tell you a lot about where people are today in terms of trying to drum up narratives. By the way, I would like to also add that I work for Prager University, which is run by an Orthodox Jew. Not a single Democrat showed up to the embassy opening in Jerusalem. I sat on a plane for 18 hours to make sure that I was there. I'm deeply offended by the insinuation of revealing that clip without the question that was asked of me.
Did someone bite Beyonce's face? Did the President of the United States really tweet about, oh, let's not talk about that.
To the kids in the audience by bringing up Kanye and Beyonce and POTUS as well. What'd you make of it?
It just makes me want to cringe all the time. I mean, this is quite frankly always what the Democrats do. They pander in every single regard. You can't tell me that she could name even one Kanye West album or that she could name even one Beyonce album, and one of them is self-entitled. So I'm telling you, it's an absolute joke, and it's interesting to me that she goes into a crowd of people and she assumes that everyone she's speaking to is a Democrat. These are the same assumptions that they made during the 2016 election, and they were wrong.
Well, it is Massachusetts.
It is Massachusetts, that's right. And even if you're in a crowd of people that might be overwhelmingly blue, it does not mean that every single person there understands your jokes or thinks that they're funny. Quite frankly, there are likely some students there that were insulted by her jokes. They should just deliver what people typically do during a commencement speech, something that inspires children in their lives, something that's largely positive, not taking stabs at pop culture that they don't even understand that culture entirely.
If only they could actually do that. So she's not the only one making the college tour rounds. Hillary Clinton as well at Yale, and House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi. Take a listen to a little of what they had to say.
What's happening right now goes to the heart of who we are as a nation.
We have many challenges facing us.
I say this not as a Democrat who lost an election, but as an American afraid of losing a country.
Today, it often feels as if America's greatness and goodness is clouded by ugly language.
Today, as a person, I'm okay.
We cannot allow the negative attitude to be normalized or accepted.
No, I'm not over it. I still think about the 2016 election.
People tend to question Donald Trump's mental health. When are we going to start to ask some serious, hard questions about hers? Seriously, woman to woman, Hillary Clinton, you have got to move on. This is not even about politics anymore. It's not healthy to hold on to something like this whatsoever. She says that she's a strong woman. What sort of a strong woman is not over this a year and a half later and is still crying about the election, blaming people and pointing the finger? This is not an example of a strong woman.
Well, she did say that she made mistakes. That's the first time I've ever heard her say that.
That took a year and a half for her to even admit that. But you have to understand that she is not an example of a strong woman. She was not equipped to be the first female president of the United States.
Let me ask you something. Do you hate Americans with black skin color?
Absolutely not. I actually love Americans with black skin color so much that I'm willing to fall on the sword 1,000 times for them to wake up and realize that we are being lied to, abused, and used by the Democrat Party.
Is it really possible that a man that was loved by the media, Donald J. Trump, they loved him, loved by Black America. Every hip-hop song that I listened to growing up, they wanted to be like Trump. Beyonce and Jay-Z were sipping poolside at Mar-a-Lago. He was the dream. Obama said that the American dream is to be like Trump. Was it really possible that within 24 hours of declaring his candidacy for the White House, he became a racist, bigoted, homophobic, sexist, rapist at one point, right? Was that really possible? And I said, of course, no, it's not possible. How on earth is it possible that a party that instituted slavery, Jim Crow laws, racial terrorism, and the KKK has the black vote?